FMTV coming to you live. Well, almost. So we all have smart devices and computers now, and soon everything will be connected to the internet, including home appliances and driverless cars, with the onslaught of 5G. But where did it all start? Cern is the name of that place, and what's it doing today? This is the world's largest man-made machine for scientific experiment, and you should be concerned about Cern. Wikipedia says Cern is the European Organisation for Nuclear Research. Known as Cern, is a European research organisation that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Established in 1954, the organisation is based in a northwest suburb of Geneva, on the Franco-Swiss border, and has 23 member states. Israel is the only non-European country granted full membership. Cern is an official United Nations observer. Wikipedia then further notes, Cern's main function is to provide the particle accelerators and other infrastructure needed for high-energy physics research. As a result, numerous experiments have been constructed at Cern through international collaborations. The main site at Mirren hosts a large computing facility, which is primarily used to store and analyze data from experiments, as well as simulate events. The researchers need remote access to these facilities, so the lab has historically been a major wide area network hub. Cern is also the birthplace of the World Wide Web. Okay, so what does that mean? In essence, what Cern is trying to do is find the cosmic glue that holds the universe together. This is called the Higgs-Boson. The Higgs-Boson, or Higgs particle, is a particle in the standard model of physics. The Higgs particle is a boson. Bosons are thought to be particles which are responsible for all physical forces. Cern achieves this by smashing particles in opposite directions to each other, just under the speed of light, and they apparently record the results for the sake of science. Some would counter that argument by saying they are trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory, which would discount the biblical version of the creation of the universe. However, they do this in a large, deep underground experimental facility that has approximately 20-odd miles of large tubes. Cern, in their research for the creation of matter, have also discovered and apparently collected antimatter. It's kind of like the cancerous cell foil to life-giving matter. Cern explains at their website, quote, "But when matter and antimatter come into contact, they annihilate, disappearing in a flash of energy. The Big Bang should have created equal amounts of matter and antimatter. So why is there far more matter than antimatter in the universe?" That's a rhetorical question. In any event, antimatter is considered to be highly dangerous in the scope that a mere sample of it, such as a grain of rice for instance, is supposed to be considerably more powerful than a nuclear bomb. Antimatter is also dubbed microscopic black holes. That means infinity within a cell, or multiverses or dimensions. Antimatter, however, needs to be contained or captured, and that is what Cern scientists did at an unknown research facility. Thereafter, there were reports of some strange incidents. Stephen Hawking, the famous theoretical physicist, warned that Cern could one day be responsible for the destruction of the known universe. What did he mean? The theory of a Higgs-Boson doomsday, where a quantum fluctuation creates a vacuum bubble that expands through space and wipes out the universe, has existed for a while. However, what Hawking was talking about was a man-made black hole via Cern, a space and time vacuum that eats us all. Whilst all things in the universe being relative, a black hole would represent a cluster of cancerous cells in the body of God/universe on an infinite scale. In light of this, however, the problem with Cern is that it keeps turning up its power each year. The site is reported to have a magnetic field at least equal to Earth itself. As we have already covered the subject of electromagnetic field, or EMFs, in FMTV episode of 5G, this rumoured statistic is worrisome and makes the internet/web and 5G components the honeycomb metaphor of coverage, and Cern the queen bee. They are creating the real matrix, and there have been some weird cloud formations and weather anomalies recorded above Cern. Like pro-5G activists,
scientists at the complex maintain a genuine stance on their intentions. Conspiracy theories, however, abound. For instance, Cern has a statue of Shiva standing at the front of their complex, the Indian deity who represents the cosmic dance of destruction, and from that destruction comes the reconstruction, the phoenix rising, or the rebirth. I have also covered Shiva on FMTV in the episode of Vedic religion. However, Sergio Bertolucci, Director of Research and Head Honcho at Cern, was quoted as saying, "Out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it." What he is inferring to is other dimensions and or portals to those dimensions. More importantly, he is talking entities. Biblically speaking, Cern has some corresponding facts by name and location. The town where Cern is located is called Saint Genus Poili. The name Poili comes from the Latin Apolloniacum, where in Roman times a temple existed in honor of Apollyon the Destroyer, or Apollo, and the Romans believed that it was a gateway to hell. Cern is built on the same spot. Compare this to Revelations 9, 1-2, 11, which makes reference to the name Apollyon. The verse states, "To him was given the key of the bottomless pit, and he opened the bottomless pit. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon." What does the Bible say will happen when the bottomless pit is opened? Revelation 11:7. "And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them, and kill them." From this description in terms of this futuristic event, let's give Cern some candor and its relativity to Scripture and its Revelation chapter. Let's say, for example, the scientists at Cern decide one day that they are going to turn the whole facility up to the volume of 11, like Nigel did in Spinal Tap. Depending on who has their hands on the volume control, the facility would likely explode and cause a reaction so serious that a burning hole in the ground would be so severe it would make Chernobyl look like child's play. But in this case, the world has never seen a monumental core meltdown, opening up possibly a pit so colossal that it literally opens the gates of hell that is underground. Remembering that man so far has only drilled to the depths of a few kilometers. So what they are really doing at Cern is destroying what comes together, but for the purpose of recreating and finding out what brought it into existence to begin with. And although despite biblical testimony in light of Cern attempted theories / experiments to date, there are some strange stories to the facility. This is when it starts to get spooky. The scientists in their experiments started to see apparitions. Let's say the equivalent of opening up Pandora's box. What they discovered is that there is a relationship between the antimatter and the spirit world. And to further implicate themselves, that is the scientists and their deep cabal financiers, they have made promotional videos that give symbolic significance to their Cern efforts and discoveries. For instance, this very video you've been watching. On March 14, 2015, Cern released a strange occultic official preview video titled Symmetry. The video or trailer was filmed inside Cern and appears to contain at least some occult elements, which have nothing to do with the video's apparent theme of finding the smallest particle. It has suggestions of rebirth, falling into an abyss, or even another plane existence of time or travel, and a dance dedicated to destruction before the resurgence. Video 2. On June 1st, 2016, the Gotthard-based tunnel in Switzerland, the world's largest railway tunnel, marked its grand opening with an extremely bizarre occultic satanic ceremony. Of significance is the fact that it occurred near Cern, also located over the area claimed to be the entrance to the underworld. That is, it goes through the formation known as the Devil's Bridge, and locals have folklore of doing deals with the devil in honor of it. However, images were projected on a massive video screen during the ceremony to suggest a connection to Cern. the multi-armed Shiva doing the cosmic dance, and the Atlas coming up out of the Cern. Images of Satan, all sorts of weird stuff, really. Heads of state from around the world attended this ghoulish performance. The ceremony also featured a goat man, resembling Baphomet, that dies, then is resurrected, then is worshipped and is crowned as the king of the world. Other blatant occult references in the ceremony included the all-seeing eye, Lucifer and his fallen angels. A couple of months later, on August 11th, 2016, another strange leaked video surfaced of an alleged satanic ritual taking place on the grounds of Cern, in front of the Shiva statue. The video shows several individuals in black cloaks gathering in front of the statue in what appears to be a reenactment of a cult ceremony, at the end of which a woman is stabbed. Whatever the intentions behind this ritual, the end result is the same. It is yet another strange, ritualistic event associated with Cern.
Like all satanic rituals we hear about around the world, and certainly these events happened at Cern 4 to 5 years ago, it is clear that Cern has a serious agenda from the immediate past to the present. One is scientific, and they openly discuss this to the world's media. The other, however, is spiritual. They are trying to break the veil, as it were. We're all connected to Cern via the internet, even if you don't know it. And the subject of Cern puts the debate again of science versus creation, or to put plainly, God versus Satan. God, the creator, is the one that they should really be concerned about at Cern. Satanic science, meanwhile, is playing with subatomic particles, trying to open portals into different dimensions. What do you think? In the next episode of FMTV, we'll be looking at AI, or artificial intelligence. Until then, remember, the truth will set you free.